kichaa.
Ila mimi ni shemeji wangu. Hiyo ni shemeji wangu.
Have you ever imagined a tribe that still lives in harmony with nature, rejecting all modern conveniences and steadfastly refusing to rely on farming or livestock? There exists a fascinating tribe that, despite living in today's world, maintains a lifestyle as ancient as thousands of years ago. Unaware of money or the comforts of civilization, they continue to survive entirely by depending on Mother Earth, just as their ancestors did for countless generations. Today, let us take you on a journey to discover the world of the Hadzabe tribe, a place where family and marriage are free from any binding ties, where relationships begin when desired and end gently when the feelings fade. Take a glimpse into their simple, fragile huts that stand against rain and sun, yet serve as their homes, where each day is a journey living alongside nature. Are you curious to explore more about this mysterious and free way of life? Join us as we delve into the extraordinary world of the Hadzabe tribe in the following video. The Hadzabe tribe, resolute defenders of their ancient way of life. Rejecting all traces of modern civilization, the Hadzabe tribe lives in small groups of 30 to 40 people in northern Tanzania, around Lake Eyasi in the Rift Valley near the Serengeti Plateau. Considered one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer tribes in Africa, the Hadzabe now number only about 1,300 members. Remarkably, while human society has evolved over millennia, they have maintained a way of life that dates back hundreds of thousands of years. According to legend, the Hadzabe have undergone 4 distinct stages of cultural development. In the earliest period, their ancestors were known as the Akakanabe, giant hairy beings with extraordinary strength, capable of dominating animals. In the second stage, as their body hair gradually disappeared, they became known as the Tlatlanebe, giants who retained their supernatural strength, continued to sleep in trees, and consumed their prey raw. During this period, they learned to use fire, but only from lightning strikes. In the next phase, the Hadzabe became smaller in size and were called the Hamakwabe. They began to display agility and intelligence, knowing how to use weapons for hunting and maintaining fire long enough to cook food. Finally came the Hamashonebe period, the era of small, skillful people. In this stage, the Hadzabe invented a method to create fire by striking stones together to generate heat. A significant breakthrough marking the end of their cultural development process. For tens of thousands of years, despite exposure to the modern world, the Hadzabe have steadfastly maintained their traditional lifestyle, focusing solely on survival and passing down their skills to future generations. Despite efforts by the Tanzanian government to introduce civilization, they resolutely reject all aspects of the modern world, standing as a vibrant symbol of the preservation of primal culture, marriage and sexuality in tribal societies. An eye-opening perspective. With open relationships and a preference for breaking the norm, the lifestyle of the Hadzabe tribe has features that can be overwhelming for outsiders. Members of this tribe move freely and can join any community group they choose. Marriage among them is incredibly simple. If a couple feels compatible, they can start living together as husband and wife, and if they feel they are no longer compatible, they can part ways easily to seek a new partner. Interestingly, if a couple stays together for more than 20 years, they move in with the wife's mother. Conversely, if a married couple does not see each other for more than 2 weeks, it is as if the marriage never happened. In this community, individuals can be intimate with anyone without fear of gossip or criticism. This stands in stark contrast to traditional views in ancient feudal societies, where breaking the norm was seen as taboo, especially for women. If a woman became pregnant before marriage, she would be labeled as immoral and dishonorable, violating family and societal morals. Punishments could be severe, ranging from public humiliation to exile to avoid shame. However, in modern society, the idea of breaking the norm has become less strict, and the phrase no longer holds the same weight as it once did. Meanwhile, in some tribes, such as the Ragle, sexuality is viewed as sacred and is believed to be under the watch of the spirits. If someone violates these norms, they face harsh punishment from the village chief, including being made to lie face down on a rock and whipped in front of the villagers. In some regions, repeat offenders are tied in a pigsty, forced to eat from a trough to serve as a reminder that only animals exhibit unrestrained sexual behavior. Repeat offenses may even result in expulsion from the village. Beyond their views on marriage and sexuality, the Hadzabe tribe also has a unique language, which has attracted the interest of scientists seeking to explore this distinct communication system further. The Hadzabe diet, simple, natural, and wild. The Hadzabe's eating style is a complete immersion into nature. They don't use clean water, instead they drink directly from lakes shared with the animals around them. Although they are surrounded by vast grasslands and fertile soil, they have no inclination to farm or raise livestock. Even in times of hunger, the Hadzabe never resort to planting crops. They simply gather enough food to get by without any thought to preserving or cultivating food sources. When they dig up roots and tubers from the ground, they take everything, leaving no seedlings for future growth. The Hadzabe's primary hunting tool is the bow and arrow. Every morning, the men of the tribe climb tall trees to scout for prey, hunting everything from baboons and snakes to other wild animals. Hadzabe children learn to hunt from a very young age. Even a 10-year-old boy can successfully hunt porcupines, rabbits, squirrels, or birds. They have no hesitation about crawling into burrows or camouflaging themselves to wait for prey. Sometimes, the meat is eaten raw on the spot without any preparation. Hadzabe men are responsible for hunting and gathering honey, while the women dig for roots and gather fruits. They consume all the food they find before embarking on another hunt, with no storage or trade of food. Bartering is virtually non-existent. Instead of using stoves or lighters, they rely on creating fire from stones and sticks. To roast meat, they simply skewer it on a stick and hold it over an open flame, or boil whatever they find. Although they consume raw foods and show little concern for health risks, a study by a professor at a university in the UK reveals that the Hadzabe have 4% more gut bacteria than Westerners, which helps them resist diseases like diabetes and asthma. The plants they gather are simply what nature provides, such as the baobab fruit, a distinct African fruit. The Hadzabe diet also includes porcupine meat, which they say is as flavorful as roasted meat. Honey plays an important role in their meals. However, when they collect honey, they destroy the hive, leaving no remnants for the bees to return to. Their diet mainly consists of roots and fruits, around 80%, with the remaining 20% being wild meat and honey. With such a unique, nature-bound lifestyle, the Hadzabe continue to uphold their traditional way of life, untouched by modern civilization, offering us a fascinating glimpse into survival in the heart of the natural world. Hadzabe housing and landscape, simple yet resilient with nature. The Hadzabe live in absolute simplicity, without written language, schools, or formal education for their children. Scarcity and the threats of poverty and disease constantly loom over this tribe. Here, you won't find any electronic devices or currency, and the concepts of corporations or schools are entirely foreign. Due to seasonal changes, the Hadzabe frequently migrate to ensure access to food and water, maintaining an ancient nomadic lifestyle. They have no specific religion and no firearms, and their simple mindset is perhaps why their dwellings are some of the most temporary. Instead of using the government-provided houses, the Hadzabe constructed simple grass huts. These shelters require no cement, bricks, or any modern building materials. They simply gather forest branches, arranging and binding them together to create a small, round space that can fit 2 to 3 people. First, a large branch is chosen as a central support, with smaller branches arranged in a circular frame around it. The ends of these branches are tied at the top, forming a rough dome. While it offers some shelter, rain still seeps through and sunlight filters in. Nothing is fully covered. To complete the hut's roof, the Hadzabe often use pieces of decayed baobab bark, breaking it into pieces to layer over the frame. All materials come from nature, and costs are virtually non-existent. However, they face the risk of losing their land. Without securing land rights, the entire tribe could face challenges accessing clean water and preserving the wildlife they depend on for survival. The Hadzabe lifestyle is a challenging journey of survival, but also embodies a deep harmony with nature. Their simple, airy grass huts may be temporary, yet they hold a spirit of freedom and resilience, reflecting the unique culture of this tribe. The skilled hunting techniques of the Hadzabe, handmade bows and natural poisons. The Hadzabe employ a distinctive, entirely manual hunting style, vastly different from modern methods using guns or factory-made bows. Each person in the tribe crafts their own bow and arrows, skillfully sharpening arrowheads to ensure maximum precision. To prevent prey from escaping, they coat the arrowheads with a homemade poison. Only the most seasoned hunters know which plants are toxic, cutting them down and boiling them until the substance reduces to a thick, bitter resin to apply on the arrow tips. This poison ensures that once struck, the prey has no chance of escaping. The Hadzabe also use baobab bark to carry water, which they apply to arrow tips to smoothen them for better aim and release. Once their preparations are complete, they set out in small groups, meticulously tracking every sign, from animal footprints to movement direction, to locate their prey's hideout. When they reach the target location, a single well-aimed shot brings down the animal, securing a hearty meal for the tribe. Beyond identifying toxic plants, the Hadzabe also know how to use sap from a particular tree in the forest as a natural sunscreen, which they apply to their skin and hair, replacing shampoo and skincare products. With their profound understanding of nature, the Hadzabe not only secure their food sources, but also care for their health and appearance in their own unique way. The Hadzabe's perspective on life and partner selection, the allure of vocal tones. The Hadzabe, with their unique culture and lifestyle, hold distinct views on choosing partners. They believe that men with deeper voices tend to be better hunters, while women perceive that men with lower pitches are more capable of reproduction than those with higher tones. Interestingly, while men are attracted to women with higher voices, they also value women with deeper tones, whom they associate with foraging skills. To delve deeper into this perspective, Dr. Corin Apicella from Harvard University conducted a fascinating experiment. He and his colleagues invited 88 members of the Hadzabe tribe to participate, asking them to record their voices saying, "Hujambo," hello. The recordings were then manipulated to create various pitches. In this study, women were asked to choose male voices they deemed best suited for a good husband, while men evaluated female voices based on their potential as wives and foragers. Upon analyzing the data, Corin discovered an intriguing pattern. Breastfeeding women tended to prefer higher-pitched voices, while those with older children leaned towards deeper tones. This could imply that higher voices signal a man's willingness to nurture and his sense of responsibility towards his family and community. Another anthropologist, David Putz from the University of Pennsylvania, highlighted that deep voices not only serve as an attractive trait, but also signal male dominance. Previous studies suggest that in stressful situations, men may feel intimidated by those with lower voices. However, men do not typically find deep-voiced guys appealing. The perspectives and partner preferences of the Hadzabe reflect their cultural values and provide insights into social behavior and psychology within their community. Living in harmony with nature, they showcase the intricate connections between sound, attraction, and family roles. Thank you, dear viewers, for accompanying and following our channel throughout this time. If you want to explore dozens of different countries and fascinating tribes, please leave your name in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any interesting videos. For now, goodbye, and see you in the next exciting videos. Bye-bye!